What's up everyone? Today is a very special day because we are going to put to good use that dashing strawberry infused tequila we made in our last video. If you haven't seen it, don't worry, you're only one video behind. The goal for today is to create the best margarita on earth, the untouchable margarita. So whether or not this infusion is used, scrap all other margarita recipes and follow this one. To create a triumphant margarita, our eyes, nose, and palate must be appeased. So what's the flavor profile of a flawless margarita? Well, it must possess a fine balance of sweet, sour, tequila, and earth. A margarita should always be citrus forward and never sweet. Some of you probably already know how I feel about a sweet cocktail. Alright, let's put together the ingredients needed to create the unstoppable margarita. Strawberry infused tequila, Cointreau, fresh lime juice, agave syrup, an orange peel, a lime wheel, and a tiny pinch of salt. Okay, so now that we have our ingredients, there's a few techniques to use when building this cocktail for it to distinguish itself from any other margarita. Surprisingly, we are going to focus more on the ingredients than the tequila. As long as it's a blanco and from 100% agave, the tequila doesn't matter all that much. A well-balanced cocktail will even allow a lower shelf spirit to shine through. So everything must be measured out in a jigger. Balance and consistency cannot be achieved without using a jigger. Also, the lime juice must be fresh and strained free of pulp using a mesh strainer. Lime juice is good for 48 hours but declines rapidly after 24. The agave that we use must be sweet and viscous. And because it is so sweet and viscous, we are going to dilute it with 20% water. This allows us to measure properly without it all sticking to the inside of the jigger. This also tones down the sugar, preventing our cocktail from becoming too sweet. Alright, let's put together the bar tools we need to make a proper margarita. A set of Boston shakers, a hawthorn strainer, a mesh strainer for the lime juice, a peeler, a paring knife, and a double fashioned glass with crushed ice. We also might want a Louise bag, and we will go over that in just a minute. Alright, before we start building, let's touch on what type of ice to use. I recommend using crushed ice. Crushed ice has more surface area, keeping your cocktail colder, more refreshing, which also nullifies some of the sharpness of the acid. There is slightly more dilution, but that's okay because this cocktail has more flavor than it knows what to do with. We can make crushed ice using a Louise bag. If you've ever seen Christmas Vacation where Cousin Eddie talks about the squirrel at the dinner table, that's what you would do. Stick the ice in the bag, smack it with a hammer. So if you don't have a Louise bag, there is another option. Do you have a Sonic drive-in near you? That's right, they sell their clear ice pellets by the bag for $2. So make room in your freezer for a 10-pound bag of the best ice on the planet. Who would have thought? Alright, let's get this show on the road. Start by adding 1 ounce of fresh lime juice and 0.75 ounces of our diluted agave. Next, add a tiny pinch of salt, or 2 drops if you have a dropper with a 10-to-1 water to salt saline solution. I will explain this in the description. Next, add 0.25 ounces of Cointreau and 2 ounces of our strawberry infused tequila. This is one booze-friendly cocktail. Alright, now for the fun part. Let's prep our double fashioned glass with some beautiful crushed ice. Next, add ice to your large tin and give a good shake. Crack your tins and strain into your double fashioned glass using a hawthorn strainer. So all that's left is to garnish our ravishing margarita. Cut a lime wheel and place it up against the inside rim of the glass. We use a lime wheel to gain the aesthetics of a lime as a garnish without the ability to add more acid to the cocktail. A lime wedge is just asking to be squeezed, throwing off the balance. Next, cut a long, fat strip from your orange and express it over the glass with the skin side down. The Cointreau that we use is an orange liqueur, so the orange peel piggybacks on the orange citrus note. Well, there we have it, friends, the strawberry infused margarita, the best damn margarita on earth. I have yet to have or make a margarita that can hold a candle to this one. There are many factors that contribute to making this the perfect margarita. From the agave to the lime juice, the infusion, the salt, the type of ice, all the way to the garnish. Each one doesn't make that much of a difference, but when you put them all together, that's where the magic takes place. If you omit one of these techniques, don't worry, you will still have one badass margarita to sip on. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel at Off the Clock Bartender. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram as well. I'll see you next time.